it. Ready, set.
It's a big experience for the horses, and obviously I'm nervous for the horse because not knowing how she's going to handle it. We're halfway through saddling her up. A bloke walks over and said, "The king will see you now." And I sort of didn't know that was going to happen. Obviously, if she won, I thought we'd be presented with a trophy by him, but they wanted me to meet him, given I was a visiting trainer and that sort of stuff. So I thought, all right, I was pretty nervous, biggest day of your racing life, and now all of a sudden you're going to meet the king and the queen. So we've stormed down there. The king's waiting patiently. Did the old Australian handshake where you shake someone's hand and just the old other hand on the upper arm, and weren't overly impressed with that. We were joking pre-race that, lovely to meet him, and obviously a bucket list sort of thing, but it'd be better if I was meeting him after the race when he'd bring the trophy.
The last two on their way in now.
And he's had a little chuckle before the race and said, "Oh, we'll see what we can make happen."
Go! They're racing for the King Charles III Stakes.
It's a big experience for the horses, and obviously I'm nervous for the horse because not knowing how she's going to handle it.
Asfoora coming with a strong challenge now. It's big abs to Asfoora, believing Makarova, regional nearest to us. Here's Asfoora Malive, she's grabbed the lead from big abs, and Asfoora has gone on to win the King Charles III.
As it turns out, after the race, he said, "I told you I could make this happen." So we were laughing about that, and just talking about the race and how it unfolded, and it was great.
And Asfoora has gone on to win the King Charles III.
Last year there was a bit of trepidation, not sort of knowing, going into the great unknown, and not having really spent much time in Newmarket, and not knowing how the races and everything work over there, but obviously everything worked out well, and we sort of picked our way through and got the best out of her. But this year, I'd like to think it'll be a little bit easier, not necessarily the results will be easier, but just the fact that we know that she settled in last time, we know she likes her surroundings over there, we know what tracks to work her on. And all signs point to another really good performance at Ascot, and then just keep improving throughout the season. So really tricky timeline-wise, logistics of it. Obviously you can't just trial a horse on any day, you've got to trial a horse when the trials are on. So the VRC was really generous in allowing us to trial at Flemington. That was Friday last week. So that's still 3 weeks out from Ascot. But if you trial a horse on Friday, you're not going to gallop them again for another 5 or 6 days, obviously. And that coincided with her leaving for Sydney and then getting on a plane and then being over there, then settling in. So realistically, there's a 2-week window there post her trial or a jump out that she's not going to be able to do any fast work, and then you get there and you settle in and you're only a week or 7 days, 8 days out from Ascot, and you go, well, I'm not going to be trying to cram too much into that week, so you really need to have them fit and ready to go by the time you get there. And I just thought that was the purpose of having a pretty solid jump out the other day, just to sort of allow her to have a couple of quiet weeks after it, maybe one gallop leaving Ascot. But I did just feel the other day she almost pulled up a little bit too well, and that hence maybe a bit of head kick might help her at some stage. I think there's a stat that no horse from outside of Europe has won for the same race twice at Royal Ascot. If she could do it twice, it would be amazing. We might not get another horse like her, so you may as well make the most of it.
I can't wait to see what she can do, and more importantly, I can't wait to see when you interact with King Charles again, what the difference is this year. If you had to...
We'll be like old mates this year.
Exactly, first words to King Charles, "G'day mate," or are we...
Something like that. How you been, Cobber?
What's gambling really costing you?